Check this out, guys. This is the Sony Ericsson K790i from 2006. So I bought this phone over 10 years ago, somewhere around June or July 2006. And yeah, this is the Cybershot phone from Sony Ericsson. So back in the day, Sony Ericsson used to manufacture Cybershot phone and Walkman phone. I'll review this in a separate video. So yeah, this is the W705. This one doesn't have a battery on right now, unfortunately. Batteries for these phones are pretty much non-existent right now. They aren't really available. So anyway, this is the K790i Cybershot phone. This one has a 3.2 megapixel camera with a Xenon flash. Yes, this one had a Xenon flash. This was the first Cybershot phone from Sony Ericsson, and you can tell by the design language they're asking you to hold the phone like this while taking a picture. Let me just activate the camera. Beautiful. So yeah, speaking of the design, this phone was unique back in the day. Beautiful design. It's got this Cybershot branding over here, 3.2 megapixel Xenon flash with a red LED autofocus illuminator. Separate the battery compartment. The battery was user replaceable. Two-stage starter button, infrared port, volume rocker, M2 card slot, and yeah, no micro SD back in the day, and this phone used to accept memory stick cards. This is the M2 card. You can see it. Let me just zoom in. So yeah, unfortunately Sony was pretty late in transitioning to micro SD cards, while others had already transitioned this. I think there used to be a flap over here which is missing, and this is the play pause button, which also launches the music player. I'm not gonna play back music right now, but yeah, let's talk about the phone a little bit. You can see on the front it's got a brushed aluminum sort of a finish, and this is a 2-inch LCD display with a resolution of 240 into 320, which translates into somewhere around 200 ppi of pixel density. So the pixel density of this display was pretty good, considering in 2006 Nokia was manufacturing bigger display phones with basically the same resolution, and you could easily distinguish out pixels on the Nokia phones. But anyway, this phone came with an interesting little charger over here. So this was free with the phone, and you can plug in your charger over here, and you can buy one of these USB cables, proprietary Sony USB cables, plug it in over here, plug it into the PC, and you can plug in your headphone jack over here. So how this works is you plug your phone like this, and this thing rests on the camera shutter, and your phone starts charging. It is charging right now. Brilliant. So the charger still works even after all these years of lying around doing nothing. Now the K790i was a feature phone. It did not run the Symbian operating system, and no, this is not a smartphone. This was basically meant to take great photographs, and yeah, this one, like you can see over here, this is a Cybershot phone. So speaking of Cybershot phone, let's launch the camera. You can see the camera text is being replaced by Cybershot. So you can see Cybershot. Now let me just open this, and you can see the camera UI is very similar to Sony cameras back in the day. You can switch to video camera, change the shooting mode, best pick, panorama, frames. Now best pick is like it'll capture a few pictures, and you can select the best one out of them, and it's got different scenes: twilight landscape, twilight portrait, landscape. Yeah, this camera was pretty advanced considering what were the different options available back in the day. You can change the picture size. It's got a 3 megapixel camera. You can change the autofocus settings. I'm gonna put it to auto, and yeah, it had a Xenon flash. So I'm gonna turn the flash on. Self timer, effects, different effects, black and white, negative, all that good stuff is there. You can change the white balance. So yeah, like I said, pretty advanced camera considering what was available on the phones back in the day. So let's click a photo. You can see the autofocus illuminator and the Xenon flash, and the picture quality of this phone was actually pretty good. Let me just click another photo. So you can see the Xenon flash works pretty well. Let me just point it towards the camera so you guys can see. So yeah, pretty bright. You can see there's my camera right over there. So yeah, beautiful camera, and you can also record a video which is pretty low resolution, so no point in doing that. And you had these little shortcut keys, so if I exit the camera you can just directly go to the phone's gallery pressing one of these. And yeah, this one had a really fast processor. You can see how quickly the photos loaded up. So yeah, pretty awesome camera, I'd say. The camera also launched automatically when you slide this shutter down, but that feature doesn't work anymore. I think something is broken inside. So yeah, that's about the camera of the K790i. Now let's check out the operating system of the K790i. So like I said, this is not a smartphone. This is strictly meant for voice calls, text messaging, and clicking pictures, listening to music, and occasional web browsing. Yes, this one came with a web browser. This is not a 3G phone, by the way. This one only supports up to 2G, and it also came with some games. I'll check this out later, but yeah, this is what you get on the desktop. You can change the wallpaper. Right now I've set an animated wallpaper on this thing, so you can access your calls, open the menu, send different shortcuts on the joystick. So if I press the joystick on the left hand side, it opens the text messaging box. If I press this little button over here, it opens the quick shortcuts menu. And yes, this phone came with Bluetooth also. And yes, there was infrared also on this phone, radio and whatnot. This one opens the web browser, but unfortunately that will not work because the SIM on this phone is not active. Anyway, all your regular keys, and you can see the keys have been well and truly worn out. So yeah, I used this phone up to 2010. Then I got the Walkman phone, and from then on moved on to Android. But anyway, this is the menu you get, and this is an animated menu, which was quite a big deal back in the day. You can see you can change different settings. You had these different profiles: normal, meeting, in-car, hands-free. Ringtones. And yeah, by the way, this one had polyphonic ringtones. Nowadays we take MP3 ringtones for granted, but yeah, this was one of the few phones which supported MP3 and M4A ringtones. You can see. And yeah, this one is pretty darn loud. That was really loud, by the way. And yeah, you can also set MP3 and M4A ringtones on this thing. Display, and you can also change themes on this phone, which was a rarity back in the day. I think Symbian phones had themes. Yeah, they had themes, I'm sorry. Symbian phone had themes, no problem. And you can also change the brightness. and the screen on this is pretty bright, and once you change the brightness of the keys also changed, and there was no auto brightness back in the day. This one does not have an ambient light sensor. And let's change the theme to, say, this one, and you'll see the menus and all, the color will change. And yeah, you can download thousands of these themes online. Let's see, the menu has changed slightly, and you had Bluetooth, infrared, USB. This one did not have a micro USB port. This one had Sony Ericsson's own proprietary crap. I just hated this port because once you start using it, the wire that you connected this became loose, and again it kept on disconnecting. This is where the dock came in very useful, because this was pretty nice, and it still works. You can see the phone has started charging, and no 3.5mm headphone jack. Everything was working through this proprietary port. Of course, nowadays we take a micro USB and 3.5mm headphone jacks to, take it for granted. Anyway, different internet settings. Organizer, and yeah, this one had Java based applications. Opera Mini web browser. Oh no, I'm not gonna launch it. Let's exit that. Little distance, temperature, speed converter. Oh yeah, this one also had this wireless printing application. This one never worked properly. I don't know why. Even with a proper internet connection, this one didn't work. Calendar. You can set your appointments, set a birthday, make a different task, make your notes, synchronization with I don't know what this is, I've never used it. Timer, stopwatch, calculator, code memo. Oh, this is the same call log that we checked out over there. File manager, camera album. So this is where you'll see your camera photos. So this is the one we just clicked. And if you gotta zoom in, you can use these volume keys. Yeah, the picture quality on this tiny screen isn't that great, but yeah, once you load it onto the computer, the picture quality is quite acceptable. We had different music, and yeah, like I said, this one plays back MP3 files, no problem. Pictures. So let me change the wallpaper. Use as wallpaper. So let me take a look. You can see the wallpaper has been changed. Different themes. And yeah, you can also set Walkman theme on this Cybershot phone. Let me just show you that. It's pretty funny. So yeah, this is a Walkman theme on a Cybershot phone. Okay, so that theme was really obnoxious and I couldn't see anything on the camera screen. So I got rid of that, and let's continue on with the review. So messaging had email, but I couldn't really get my Gmail on this to work. Something to do with the security settings of the phone. I guess this phone didn't really support encryption or something, but yeah, I couldn't get Gmail working on this. But I think it would have worked if you had set up back in the day, say in 2006. I tried it yesterday with an active SIM card and an active internet connection. It didn't work. But anyway, this thing had predictive text messaging, and also you can see you can also send picture messages, which I have never ever done. So text messaging was pretty good. With the T9 input, I can type oops, how are you doing, and then you put a question mark, and then you can press continue and send the text message to your friend. Pretty nice. And this one had smileys too, by the way. If you can see it, because the camera is a little bit, yeah, there you go. You can add smileys too, no problem. None of this emoji crap back in the day. And you had your music player now playing. No, I don't want to play it because I don't want a copyright claim on my video, but there was equalizer on this thing, and this thing called stereo widening, which actually distorted the sound quite a bit, so I really kept the stereo widening function off on the phone. So let me just adjust the brightness. But anyway, this thing also had a equalizer, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, there is equalizer on this phone too. And let's check out the games on this thing. So this one came with Autofocus, fishing, mini golf. Let's check out tennis. Sony Ericsson WTA Tour. So it's game, Bluetooth play, free match. Oh, this one had Bluetooth play too. Never knew that. I have no idea how this works. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, you could download Java games on this thing. Sony had this Play Now service back in the day, and you can download free games off of the Play Now service, but yeah, now it's shut down. But you can still download Java games off the internet and still load it onto this phone. So yeah, let's exit this. And you have this mini golf game. So yeah, pretty awesome. So let's exit this and let's check out what this game is. Photo Quest, fishing. I guess you have to take some picture of fishes, and you can see the score will go up. So yeah, that's it with this game. And interestingly, this phone also supported text files. So text file on the SD card show up on the other folder. So you can see it. If I press view, you can see the text file is opening no problem. And the rest is pretty much, you guys know. There's this demo tour which explains the function of the phone. So this is just a video playing. Pretty cool. Brings back such good memories, and you can use the remote control to control different functions on the computer. Like you can use it for as a play forward and backward on the PowerPoint presentation, play pause button for Windows Media Player, and you can just use the phone as a mouse. And also you had this little programs called Music DJ, and what you can do here is that you can create your own I think my camera battery is gonna die, but anyway, so you can create your own ringtones with this thing, which was pretty awesome. So let's add something. So we're gonna play it. So you have the option of creating your own unique ringtone with this Music DJ, and no, I'm not gonna save it. And you had this Photo DJ, which was basically a photo editor, and Video DJ, your video editor. You can make a MMS out of this thing and send it to your friends. So yeah, that's it for this phone, guys. Let me know what you think about that, and if you have owned this phone before and you also have this FM radio, you'll need to plug in a cord back on the phone to make it work. But yeah, let me know what you think about this phone, because this, in my view, this phone was pretty darn awesome. I really loved it. I used it for about 4 to 5 years, and then after this I was done with this phone, I bought this Walkman phone, which was basically outdated quickly because I moved on to Android. This one I used for barely a year, and you can see the condition of this phone is pretty new. So yeah, absolutely no scratches on this thing. This is practically new. The battery of this phone is new, which is not inserted at the moment. But yeah, I'll do a review of this phone in the next video. So yeah guys, thank you for watching, and do stay tuned for more videos like these. I'll see you all later.